Hey there, well, you know what there's never a shortage of? Stuff to worry about, right? I mean, even before 2020, the year of worry, it seems, it's always something to worry about. Mortgage payment, your overall bank account balance, your health, your kids' finances, your spouse. Is this bad thing going to happen? Is that bad thing going to happen? Jesus, of course, cautioned against that. But we still managed to do it. And of course, it got even worse in 2020. COVID-19, am I going to catch it? Is my family going to catch it? Is it going to crash the economy? Will we be asked to wear masks for a long time? It has us fixated on the upcoming presidential election. We can obsess and obsess and obsess and obsess. Now, here's something I'll bet you haven't worried about. I want you to ponder the solar system, our little corner of the universe. I want you to really think about this. This is going to sound weird. I want you to think about it. How does the solar system function? Well, it's a precision instrument that never seems to need resetting. We, on the Earth, it rotates on its axis once every 24 hours. The moon orbits the Earth about every 28 days. The Earth orbits the moon about every 365 days. And the sun tends to pretty much stay put where it is, some 93 million miles away. Have you ever lie awake night, worrying about all those things like you do? And we do it. Even Christ followers, we're supposed to have love, joy, peace. We're not perfect. And we worry about all the things I mentioned before. But have you ever, lying there awake, suddenly go, oh, what if the Earth scrapes into the moon tonight while I'm sleeping? I haven't. And I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. No. Why? Because we as believers, I, and if you are a Christ follower, you believe He did that. God created the universe. And God keeps it running on time. You don't ever doubt that He's going to mess that up. So, you trust the creator of the cosmos to keep the cosmos running smoothly. Yeah, He's got that. But you don't trust Him with your checkbook, with the next mortgage payment, with COVID-19, with racial unrest, with the next election. No, you have to handle those things yourself. After all, He's only God. I mean, really. Well, that's the way we approach it, isn't it? It sure seems that way. So, why? I want you to ponder this for a second. Why do we trust Him with the cosmos? Why do we trust Him that He'll keep our corner of the universe running on time? Because we have no illusion of control over those matters. If we believe that God created that stuff, I mean, if you're an unbeliever, you just think it happened and it's auto-set and whatever. But if you accept that God created that and that God keeps it running, well, there's nothing you could do about it. God did choose to let the Earth scrape into the moon. Nothing you could do about that. So you surrender that out of necessity. But what if you could surrender all of the other stuff we worry about just as easily, just as automatically, without giving it a second thought? Here, God, mortgage payment. Here, God, cancer diagnosis. Here, God, lost job. Here, God, it's right up there. You are keeping the universe run on time. I know you can do all the rest. That's enticing, isn't it? It can happen. Now, not to perfection, but much, much closer than most of us do it right now. How? Paul, writing in Romans 12:1 and 2, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true and proper worship. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing and perfect will. In other words, as we allow ourselves to be transformed, as we are to be transformed, and we are filled more to the full with Christ. As Paul wrote elsewhere in Romans 6, we in him and him in us. Total surrender to his will, to his spirit. Again, not completed on this side of heaven, but a day-to-day process as we love more and pray more and surrender more. We can move much closer to those things that Jesus told us not to worry about. Tomorrow has troubles of its own. We can get closer to that. I mean, you do it, right? As a believer, you trust him to keep the cosmos running on time. The sun rises, sunsets, sun rises, sunsets, sun rises, sunsets. Throw everything like that to him. Try to imagine that. I'm not saying it's perfect, that you'd be perfect at it. I certainly don't. I'm not perfect at it. But we can aspire to it and get closer to it by trusting, surrendering more and more each day. Really give that some thought about what life would be like. God bless.